My name's Fletcher, and my goal is to run a marathon. More specifically, on June 22nd, 2024, I'm going to be running Grandma's Marathon in Duluth, Minnesota. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's great and all, but why? It sounds horrible. And yeah, I would agree. It does sound horrible. But that's kind of the point. You see, in June of 2022, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer. Way to kill the mood. After my surgery, rip lefty, everything was good, as in there was no evidence that the cancer had spread, so I was given two options. My first option was surveillance. You come in every couple of months, they run some tests, blood work, chest x-ray, CT scan every once in a while, and you go on your way. Nothing really changes. Second option, however, was a little bit more daunting. It was 1 round of chemotherapy. If I would have gotten my surgery and there was evidence that the cancer had spread, then I would be doing 3 rounds of chemotherapy. I believe that's called foreshadowing. This was just a round of preemptive chemo to make sure if there was anything left in your body, they got rid of it. Given those two options, I chose option 1 because option 2 sounded horrible. I didn't want to subject myself to that if I didn't have to, so I picked 1 and I was on my way. And everything was good. Until it wasn't. Fast forward to February of 2023, I got a CT scan and the results showed that I had enlarged lymph nodes in my abdomen. This meant that my cancer had returned, and boom, just like that, beginning of March, I was scheduled for chemotherapy. So much for never doing chemo. Now, I'm not going to get into chemo or cancer too much during this video. That's just not what it's about. I did make some videos on the topic. However, they're pretty low quality, very emotional, and kind of cringy in my opinion. I'll probably never watch them again, but I'm not going to delete them either. They help me process a lot of emotions that I really wasn't able to at that time, so deleting them just doesn't seem right. Also, they might help somebody going through that same situation, and leaving them up just for the slight chance that someone else will see them and help them through their process or journey or whatever is worth keeping them up for. Anyway, fast forward about a month into treatments, and I'm in the hospital due to some chemo-related complications. I'm there laying in my hospital bed, mentally drained, physically exhausted, at what I feel is my absolute lowest point. And for whatever reason, I get the thought, what if I ran a marathon after all this was done? And after that, I just haven't been able to get that thought out of my head. So here we are, a few months later, and I'm ready to fulfill that promise to my sick self and run a marathon. I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna lie to you a little bit. I kind of know what I'm doing. No, you don't. I said kind of. I'm not exactly jumping right into this after chemo, as you could probably tell by all the hair. I finished chemo on May 15th, 2023, and have been cancer-free ever since. I started running a week after my last chemo treatment with the intent of my first race being a marathon. My first post-chemo run, everything hurt. I could hardly run a mile and almost pooped your pants. This made me take a step back. I had to be realistic with myself in my current time frame. I was literally starting at ground zero. I didn't want to admit it at the time, but I was pretty beat up looking back at it. For my health, safety, and mental well-being, I had to call an audible. I was going to run a half marathon first, and to make sure I would follow through with it, I started to record the process. Nothing more motivating than the thought of public embarrassment. I made a YouTube short, not TikTok though. TikTok scares me. Every time I went for a run until I completed my race in September of 2023. And if you want to watch those shorts, go for it. They're on this channel. Nothing too crazy. It's just me talking over a silly little video and running. And it's kind of cool because you get to see me progress from hardly being able to run a mile to running 13.1. This gave me a baseline. Not only did it prove that I could run the marathon, it also showed how hard this is gonna be. Run. Just kidding. But seriously, obviously there are ways to do it more efficiently, but at the end of the day, I need to get the miles in. Okay, actual plan. We need to make a schedule. Right now we have 2 phases. To be completely honest, I don't expect to do much during this time. It's going to be cold, wet, rainy, so there's going to be snow on the ground. This is just a bad time for motivation for most people of the world, and I'm not going to be too hard on myself if this time of year isn't the most productive. With that being said, I'll still be training. Even though the training won't be as intense, I will still be following a schedule. Monday, rest. Tuesday, workout. Wednesday, workout. Thursday, workout. Friday, rest and stretch. Saturday, workout. Sunday, long workout. Easy. Now this isn't going to be the most strict plan, but this is the schedule I'm going to follow for the entirety of my training. This is big boy hours. This is when the real training begins. And like I said, I'll be following the same schedule, so when I do start ramping up the intensity of the workouts, it won't be as much as a slap in the face as it would if I just started the schedule at the beginning of this phase. But the run/workouts are going to be more detailed and tailored towards the actual goal of running a marathon. As for that training, that'll be next video. There's still a lot of research I want to do, questions I want to ask, just things I want to try out first. I want to make sure I'm doing this correctly and safely. I want to make sure this builds a good foundation so I can continue to push myself and keep on doing dope, cool, sweet, awesome things. But yeah, that's it for now. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next. And I'll see you in the next one. I don't know, man. I've never done this before. Take it easy on me. All right, bye.